What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? It's your boy Jay Howard, aka the official Georgia boy, man. And you're now tuned in to another episode of Fan of Atlanta 365. So first, if you're new here, hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, man. Support your boy, man. Like, share these videos. Comment if you got something to say, because your boy always coming back. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your cat, tell your rat, tell your dog, tell your snake. Tell everybody about Fan of Atlanta 365, man. It's your boy Jay Howard, aka the official Georgia boy. And we about to get to an episode of Fan of Atlanta 365, man. So, I know I'm a little late. Doing this. But I felt like, hey, we got to do it. We got to do it, man. So, today what I want to do is I want to talk about the schedule, the 2020 schedule of the Atlanta Falcons. I know it came out like weeks ago, and this, I'm late to giving y'all my analysis on what I see in the schedule. So I want to get right to it. First, before we even get to the schedule, how about we talk about the new addition to the Atlanta Falcons, Deon Buchanan, linebacker, came from the New York Giants. I know he played with the Cardinals first. I think he was drafted to the Cardinals. I actually like this pickup because it adds versatility, which Dan Quinn loves. This guy can play safety and he can play outside linebacker. He got speed. He can tackle. He can cover. So he's like an all around type player. I can't wait to see how the Falcons will use him. I can see him playing a lot of outside linebacker for this team. And if Keanu Neal go down, you got another person who can come and thump. You know what I'm saying? We got another thumper. So but I'm thinking he's gonna be doing like a lot of rushes off the edge in the linebacker position, playing a lot of coverage downs. He can cover tight ends if he need to. So I like this guy, Deon Buchanan, man. I can't wait to see how he going to pan out with the Atlanta Falcons. So great pickup by the Atlanta Falcons. It's been a great offseason, like I've been telling y'all the whole time, man. Started in the free agency. Really, it started in the re-sign period when we actually let some people go and brought back some key pieces, and then it definitely just took a turn for the best when we got to the free agency, and then the draft. In my opinion, all I love all our draft picks. I feel like all of them gonna play a key part. A lot of them are gonna have a lot of time this season, and some of them are gonna start. And so far after the draft, we picked up some great undrafted free agents. The Falcons normally do well in that area. The Falcons do well in the offseason a lot of times. Really, if you really look at our history since Thomas Dimitroff have been our GM, we have been making some great moves in the offseason. We just got to put it together, man. We just got to put it together. But I really love our offseason so far. I ain't got no complaints. I look forward to the season. I hope we have a season. I hope we have a real season. I don't wanna see no game without the fans. I know they're supposed to be doing like this authentic type, artificial type, crowd noise and all that. I mean, if it's for the safety of the people and the safety of the players and all those good people that got something to do with with the game, hey, I'm all for it. But at the same time, I want to see some real football. I want to be able to go to the stadium, see my team play. So it is what it is. But I just wanted to cover that before we get to the schedule. So when I go through this schedule, I'm not gonna tell you who gonna win, because right now we don't know. We don't know how the roster gonna look. We don't know who's gonna be injured. We don't know nothing. So I don't want to jump ahead and be like, oh yeah, the Falcons will win this game and we will win that game. Like, I may give y'all like my win or lose, but it's not guaranteed. I'm just basing it off what we have now. So I will give y'all, if we're going to win, I will let y'all know if I think we're going to win that game, but it's not official. I'm going to come out with another video once the rosters kind of shape up after the preseason, right before the season start. I'll give you what I think the Falcons can do this year. So right now, this is just like a little, hey, pre-selection, just going based off what we have right now, and do I think we're better than that team? That's all it can be based off right now. I can't tell you how the roster is going to shape out. You're going to have injuries and all that good stuff. So I can't really make a sure prediction of this roster. Of this schedule. So, but let's get right into it, man. So first, the Falcons start off at home field. First game back in the dome in the stadium with our new uniforms on. our new uniforms, the All Blacks. We going against Dan Quinn, old team, the Seattle Seahawks. Couldn't have been a better matchup. I love this game because it just gets the Falcons' blood boiling. First week of the season, like we gotta come out, and we gotta really put it to the Seattle Seahawks. Now this would be a great game because you got Seattle, they got a great defense. I can't wait to see their cornerback going against Julio Jones. I know they like to do a lot of cover 3 just like we do. So you're probably not gonna see no cornerback following Julio Jones. Julio Jones should be able to have a good game in this game. The reason why I say that is because Julio is going to be able to go all over the field. The Seattle Seahawks, they have good corners in Trey Flowers. Who else they got? Trey Flowers. I know Quentin Dunbar just got in trouble. I don't know what's his situation, but they got Shaquille Griffin. I do like him. So they got some good corners, but if Julio could just move around, I think that we're going to be set up for success because we're going to have an explosive offense this year. We got talent across the board. So I feel like this is the year where Matt Ryan is really going to connect with Julio a lot. So right now, if I had to pick this game right now, I would give it to the Atlanta Falcons just because the Seattle Seahawks, they do have an explosive offense. They got some guys that can get down that field, and DK Metcalf. They got Tyler Lockett. They got a lot of speedsters, man. They got a lot of speedsters. But what they do lack at is running back right now. I haven't seen them, go get a running back. I think they did bring in somebody, but I can't remember the guy. I know they was going out to Devontae Freeman, but he declined it because they didn't pay him what he thought he deserved. But I forgot the running back that they did end up picking up. Because they lost Penny, he's hurt right now. But I think this is going to be a good game. But if I had to go off what I think right now, I think the Atlanta Falcons could pull this game out because we always play the Seattle Seahawks good. They play us good too, but all our games come down to the end. But I just feel like this year our defense is way better than we was in the past few years based off the potential of the roster. That's all I can go off of right now. So I give this game to the Atlanta Falcons. It's at home with your new uniforms on. People being anxious to get back to football. I think Grady Jarrett is going to have a great game in this game because he's going to be getting to that. He's going to be getting to that cornerback. The quarterback, because now we got pass rushers on the outside and we got pass rushers in the inside. Dante Fowler Jr. going to probably be eating out there. I feel like across the board, we're going to be ready, man. We're going to be ready, and our offense is already explosive. So I give the nod to the Atlanta Falcons in this game versus the Seattle Seahawks. Next, we got the Dallas Cowboys. We're at the Dallas Cowboys, and that's going to be a good game as well. Ezekiel Elliott, we gotta slow him down. Now, I do think we can slow Ezekiel Elliott down with this defensive line that we're going to potentially have with Grady Jarrett and Marlon Davidson in that middle. It's gonna be tough to run on us. It's gonna be tough. You ain't gonna be able to push us back like you've been doing in the past few years. And then you still got Tyler Davidson, who's a run stuffer. He's gonna be in that game. You got Deion Jones, who's gonna be healthy. You got Keanu Neal. Hopefully he's gonna be healthy with Ricardo Allen and DeMonte KZ. We're gonna be ball hawking. Dak Prescott, we don't even know if he gonna be holding out at that time. If he's playing, he offers a whole nother dimension that Andy Dalton don't offer, and that's the ability to run the ball effectively. Now Andy Dalton, he's a better thrower of the football, but at the same time, when you only got Amari Cooper, I do know they got CeeDee Lamb, and I like CeeDee Lamb, but right now I can only go based off what I see, what I know right now. We don't know if CeeDee Lamb gonna pan out. Just like we don't know if Marlon Davidson or AJ Terrell, we don't know if any of these guys gonna pan out. But I think that the Falcons can be more talented. I think the Falcons are more well-rounded than the Dallas Cowboys. And then the Dallas Cowboys on defense, I don't see it. I don't see it. But offensively, they can do their thing. But I feel like the Atlanta Falcons are a little bit more powerful than the Dallas Cowboys. It will be a tough game in Dallas, but I actually get a nod to the Atlanta Falcons. So we start off the season 2-0 in my opinion. Now, next, we got the Chicago Bears coming to the Atlanta Falcons to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I actually like the Atlanta Falcons in this game as well. And I'm not trying to be a homer. I'm just going based off what I know, what I think is correct. Now, Chicago do have a defense, but now I feel like we have an explosive offense where you're not gonna just be able to get them at Ryan because you're not gonna be able to just shut down our run game like that. Normally we struggle against physical teams, but now we actually have a physical team as well, and we're trying to run the ball, we're trying to play action, we're trying to set it up, and I just don't feel like the Chicago Bears secondary is as good as they are up front. They do got Robert Quinn, who turned us down, and they got Khalil Mack coming out the edge. So you're gonna have to really block those guys. But if we can get Todd Gurley, running that ball in that game, we'll be unstoppable. Which I do feel like Todd Gurley is gonna be able to run over the Chicago Bears, because now we got a power back system. We have a power back system that we haven't had since we had Michael Turner. That's the last time we really had a power back system. So I really love this game. I think the Falcons should better pull it out. Chicago Bears, quarterback-wise, non-existent. They did get Nick Foles, so we'll see who's gonna start at that position. But wide receiver, I mean they got who? What's the guy named Wilson? I think. I can't remember they star receiver, but I just feel like we're more talented across the board. So I think we start off the season 3-0. Next, we're at Green Bay. Now, this is going to be a tough game. I should give Green Bay that game because Aaron Rodgers, he's coming back with a vengeance. They already tried to draft Jordan Love at this time, saying that he's washed up. He's going to be on a vengeance. Also, they got a good little running back. They got a great receiver. They got a good defense. I just feel like overall they could beat us, and it's in Lambeau. Now, it's in October, so that may be a cold game. I think it's a Monday night game. That's gonna be all eyes on us. It's gonna be a good game. I don't think the Green Bay Packers just that much better than us, but I do think that they may be able to pull that game out in Lambeau. May be cold, and Aaron Rodgers he's just gonna be playing on a whole other level. So I think that the Green Bay Packers will pull that game out. So we start up the season 3-1. Next, Carolina Panthers. Of course, you already know you'll be called the Carolina Panthers until you beat us, and since you haven't beat us, you're the Carolina Panthers. So we're in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Carolina, I already know it's a wash. It's a wash. It's a wash. We not playing with y'all, bro. We don't care nothing about no Teddy Bridgewater. Come on, man. We already know what that game about to look like, man. We just too talented across the board to be going down by the Carolina Panthers, man. So I'm not even gonna waste my time on this game. It's a division game, but at the same time, Carolina just ain't about to be nothing this year. I don't see it. So I got us winning that game. So we start off the season with 4-1. Next, at Minnesota. Now that's gonna be another game that we may end up losing because for some reason we just can't beat the Minnesota Vikings. They have a great defense. That's really what be helping them a lot against us. Great defense, and then they got a good running back, Dalvin Cook. But then they also got Adam Thielen, and then now they got Justin Jefferson. They did lose Stephon Diggs, but Justin Jefferson, he could be that guy. But Adam Thielen, he's already a tough guy to guard. And then with that defense, they can shut down some stuff. So I think that Minnesota win this game. It's in Minnesota. It's a hard place to play. And, I just feel like Minnesota just got our number. They just got our number, man. For some reason, they just have our number. So we start off the season 4-2. Next, Detroit. Detroit comes to Atlanta, and I think it's a wash. Detroit, I just think that they in rebuilding mode, man. They already lost their best cornerback. Now, they did pick up Jeffrey Okudah, but we don't know how he's going to pan out yet. We don't know. So, they lost, who else did they lose? No, they didn't lose anybody. They gained DeAndre Swift. I like DeAndre Swift. I think he's going to be good with the Detroit Lions. But as far as quarterback, Matthew Stafford, I loved him at Georgia, but he just haven't panned out to the point where I thought he was going to be by now. He just not that quarterback. So I don't think the Detroit Lions going to be able to beat us. We're too talented across the board, in my opinion, on defense and offensive side of the ball. And I just feel like we're going to be too much for them. And we're at home. It should be a game that we can win. So 5-2. It's just 5-2. Yeah, 5-2. Next, Carolina Panthers. We go to Carolina. like I said, I think we sweeping Carolina. I mean, come on, who have they? What have they did? Now they did have a good draft. I do like their first, especially their first two picks. I do like Derek Brown, and I like the guy out of Penn State, Matos or something like that. I can't remember his name. They did have a good draft, but I just feel like they need so much more, man. They need so much more. And I think that the Atlanta Falcons is just too talented. We just have their number. We have the Carolina Panthers number. So, I give us the nod, of course, against the Carolina Panthers. Sweeping them, it's a Thursday night game, so all eyes on us. We get to broadcast our new uniforms, our all blacks. Well, no, not our all blacks, but we're gonna probably gonna be in our throwbacks that night. We may be in our throwbacks, so we'll probably be in the all whites because we don't have like a away throwback. So we'll probably be in our all whites. But I think the Falcons should be able to pull this one out, man. Carolina Panthers, sorry, sweep again, man. Next, so we 6-2. 6-2. Next, Denver comes to town. I think we're better than Denver as well. Denver does have a great defense, but at the same time, offensively, they just don't have it. I mean, it's Drew Lock the guy. Running back wise, who they got? Booker and yeah, so I think it's a wash, man. I think we should be able to beat Denver. It's at home. The crowd gonna be behind it. I think we got them, man. So we start off the season before the bye week. We're 7-2, man. 7-2. So week 10 we're going to our bye week. Of course, we're getting time to rest. It's a great time to have your bye week because you done did a lot of the season, but then now it's time to go to that second half. And you should at this time you should know where we at by now. At that time, I think we 7-2 based off right now. But that's pending no injuries and all that good stuff. So we can't predict that. But I think you're sitting pretty good. If you're 7-2 by the bye week, that's a good start. That's a good start. You already done played 2 division games. So you already, you looking good in the division so far. So I think that's a good deal, man. And then you also got to remember they extended the playoffs to 7 teams on each side. So now that opens up another spot for another wild card. So at the end of the day, I think we're in a good position at 7-2 going into the bye week. Week 11, we start off with the New Orleans Aints. New Orleans Aints in New Orleans. So it's gonna be a big game. I think New Orleans. I think New Orleans do pull this one out. I think both we gonna split. We definitely gonna split. But I think New Orleans is gonna pull that one out just because Drew Brees is this probably gonna be his last year, so he's trying to make a memorable year. It's at home. They gonna that crowd get behind them, and also we gotta find a way to stop Michael Thomas. We do have to find a way to stop Michael Thomas. They got Alvin Kamara. They got a good little defense. So it's going to be a good game, but I think that the New Orleans Aints will pull that one out. It's at their house, and, they just play better at their house, and it is what it is. Now, if there was anybody that can beat them at their house, it's us, but at the same time, I think we're going to split, but I think we're going to win at home, and they're going to win at their house. So I got New Orleans Aints winning that game, as much as I hate to say that. But now what we're about 8-3? Yeah, 8-3. We 8-3 at this time. So New Orleans Aints, I think I'll get that win. No, we 7-3. I'm sorry, 7-3 at that time. Next, week 12, the Las Vegas Raiders come to our house. Like I told y'all before, if I had like a second team, like a team that I silently root for, it would be the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, when I knew them, they was the Oakland Raiders, but this is their first year in Las Vegas. I like the Las Vegas Raiders, but I just feel like we're more talented than the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't even think they sold on Derek Carr. They have they got a team that's growing, but they still need some more pieces. So I can't say that they're ready yet. But I think the Atlanta Falcons is way more talented than they are, and I think we should be able to beat them. We're at home, so we should be able to beat them pretty good. So we're 8-3. Then next, week 13, New Orleans Aints are back, but they're in our stadium. And I already told y'all we're gonna split. I think we're gonna win at home. I think that we're gonna be able to figure them out because I do feel like we have a lot more talent than they do. But it's a division game. New Orleans Saints is the only team that really just play us hard every game. Where it's a nail biter every game. It's either a nail biter or one of the teams is blowing the other team out. But most of the time it's a nail biter. It always comes down to the end. And I just felt like we should be able to get them. We at home. We can't. If we lost that first game, we got to come back with a vengeance that second game. And who else against the New Orleans Saints are we gonna play our hardest? Like we always play our hardest against the New Orleans Saints, and that's just because we hate each other. We just hate each other. It is what it is. They know it. We know it. So I think we should be able to pull it out in the second game. We're gonna be almost back to back. So we're going to be ready that second game. Dan Quinn going to have us ready. We're going to be able to run that ball. I do believe we're going to be able to run that ball. Todd Gurley is going to run for a good little buck. He's probably going to run for about $120 on him. $120 on him. So, I love, that's going to be a great game. Hopefully I can be at that game. That's one of the games I do want to go to this year. Next, week 14, we're against the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, we're at the Chargers. They got that new nice stadium. New uniforms. I think we should be able to beat the Chargers. Now, they are talented on defense. They're talented on defense, and they do have two great receivers that I think it's gonna give us some trouble. But at the same time, quarterback, I'm not sold on them yet. It's either Tyrod Taylor or it's Justin Herbert, and I'm just not sold on either one of them right now. Now, I do like Tyrod Taylor, but I feel like Tyrod Taylor is gonna start. But then by this time, he's gonna be lost the job, and it's gonna be Justin Herbert, and Justin Herbert probably gonna be, this probably gonna be his probably third game that he done played. So I think we should be able to pull it out. I feel like due to experience, we'll be ready. But it will be a tough game as far as their defense because their defense is very tough with Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram and all those guys. I feel like it's going to be a great game, but I feel like the Atlanta Falcons should pull it out. So what are we now? We lost 1, 2, 3. So I got us losing, how many games? 3 games so far? Yeah, so we're 9-3. Yeah, we're 9-3. No, we're 10-3. I'm sorry, 10-3. So now we're week 15. Week 15. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm sorry, not the Buccaneers, the Succaneers. Because you will keep that name until you beat us. We beat y'all last game, so you're the Succaneers. The Tampa Bay Succaneers. It's in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You got Tom Brady coming, and that's gonna be a good game. That's hard to decide right now. But if I had to say it, I would probably give it to the Tampa Bay Succaneers, just because it's Tom Brady, man. It's Tom Brady. I think that they did a great job in this draft, making sure that they could protect Tom Brady. And then you got Mike Evans and Chris Goodwin, and then you got they got the little running back now. They got it. I feel like we should be able to exploit them defensively. I do like their defense, but I feel like the Atlanta Falcons should be able to exploit them because we all around now. We all around. But offensively, Tom Brady is just going to be a surgeon. Then they got Gronkowski. So you're gonna have to, double, you're gonna have to put a big body on him to shut him down, either Keanu Neal or, like I said before, Deion Buchanan. But you're gonna definitely have to worry about him, man. But I think the Tampa Bay Tampa Bay Succaneers will pull that game out, and we'll move to 10-4. Next. Week 16, we're at Kansas City. That's going to be a cold game. We losing that game. I'm sorry. We just losing that game. With Patrick Mahomes, the defending champs, they got Tyreek Hill. They got some fast receivers, Sammy Watkins. And then, defensively, now we should be able to get them defensively. I think with our offense going against their defense, but at the same time, Kansas City, they don't mind scoring the ball. So it's gonna be a tough game, but I got the Kansas City Chiefs winning that one. We're in Kansas City. That's a hard place to play in, and it's gonna be cold. And you got Patrick Mahomes. I just don't see it right now. So I got the Kansas City Chiefs winning that game. So at this time we should be 10-5. Yeah, we're 10-5 at this time. So now We end the season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers once again, and we're at the Buccaneers, and I actually got us losing that game as well. I got us getting swept by Tampa Bay. Tom Brady is just unless he's gonna take a step back, it's just sometimes it's just hard for us to beat Tom Brady. We haven't been able to beat Tom Brady yet. And I just feel like if he's still the Tom Brady that I know he's most likely gonna be with Gronkowski, with all those weapons, I just feel like they're gonna have our number. But we'll see them again in the playoffs, and I do believe we will win in the playoffs. So I got us going 10-7. I got us going 10-7, barely making the playoffs, but making the wild card. And then from that point on, I think we making that Super Bowl run. But I do got us going 10-7 right now, and that's just based off the roster right now. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know how this stuff is gonna pan out. But right now, if you ask me, I say we're going 10-7. Now, I can definitely see us even going 11-6. I can see us splitting with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't think that they just that much better than us. But I right now I just want to be realistic and not be a homer, and also just say, you know what, all right, whatever. It's Tom Brady. Pending that Tom Brady is going to be the same Tom Brady. Not that he was last year, because if you look at Tom Brady last year, he really wasn't good. It's just that I felt like their defense, and then you got Bill Belichick. Now, I'm anxious to see if he can win, but that was also with him not really having receivers that's going to be like on Mike Evans and Chris Goodwin level with Gronkowski, and you kept O.J. Howard. It's just going to be a lot of firepower for us, against us. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we split, but I definitely got them right now beating us both times, and making the playoffs, of course. So that's just my opinion. Comment, let me know what y'all think the record gonna be. If you think it's different, or if you the same. However, comment if you got something to say, because your boy always coming back. It's been your boy. It's been another episode of FanOfAtlanta365. Don't forget, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, man. Support your boy. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your rat, tell your cat, tell your snake, tell your dog. Tell everybody about FanOfAtlanta365. It's your boy Jay Howard, aka the official Georgia boy. It's Rise Up Nation and Brotherhood I Trust. Hey, I see y'all in the next video, man. I'm out.